Welcome back to the channel, everyone. In this video we're going to look at when the right time is to unwrap some tender plants in the tropical garden, such as Gunnera and Musa basjoo. Let's get straight into the video. Well, you join me in a wet and dull mid-March day, and I'm going to come straight to the Gunnera. This is Gunnera tinctoria. So if you're new to tropical gardening, I can imagine one of the first plants you're looking at are Gunneras, which are officially not allowed to be sold anymore, but you can still get hold of them. This is a Gunnera tinctoria, and you can see that it's been overwintered just by using its own leaves from last year. And this is what my Gunnera looks like in the middle of March. So of course, you might not think about it, but temperatures have been warming up, and it's responded by pushing out this year's new leaves. So you can see there's a couple of growing points here. There's one here. There's a few under there. There's one at the back, and these are the growing points. This is a bit that you need to protect, really. Now, looking ahead to the forecast for the next 2 weeks, there's nothing below maybe 4 degrees Celsius overnight, and it's the nighttime temperatures we're looking at, of course. And the one thing I am going to keep an eye on is if we get down to about 2 degrees or 1 degree forecast, then I might just lay a single piece of horticultural fleece over the top of it, just to protect these leaves from getting frosted, because, you know, they take a light frost and these leaves are done, and usually the first leaves that are pushed out by the Gunnera are the biggest leaves, and you don't want them marked all summer. So that's what my Gunnera looks like. Some people have already uncovered it, I've seen online. I will not be uncovering mine until it literally physically pushes these leaves off. You can see under there, it's pushing it up and coming through. So the Gunnera will wake up when it wants to wake up, and of course we can have frosts as late as late April, maybe even into May. So that's the Gunnera. It will stay as it is until, maybe for me, end of April. Yeah, let's have a look at the Musa basjoo next. Now here's my clump of Musa basjoo, and you can see in there, that's the biggest pseudo stem, which is a pretty chunky thing there. And then we've got these pups that came out last year. Now, even though pups have been on the outside of the wrapping, they're kind of solid underneath, and I'm pretty confident that my clump of Musa basjoo has survived the winter intact. It's obviously got a rain cover on there, and it's difficult to see in there, but there is, you can see one of the two large pseudo stems growing away. Now again, I've seen people uncover their Musa basjoo already, and I kind of feel like if you've already uncovered it, it will almost certainly be fine. And the thing that we're protecting at this point of the year on the Musa basjoo is the thick pseudo stem, and the kind of frost that we're going to get in March to April, even into May, are not going to be prolonged frosts. They're going to be just quick overnight frosts that are not going to penetrate the pseudo stem and kill that. So if you unwrap the banana now and it's survived winter, I think you'll be good. Some people unwrap it now and then they keep an eye on the nighttime temperatures and wrap it with fleece quickly for the nights that are going to drop below freezing or where there's a chance of frost. But for me, there's no detriment to the plant by keeping it on longer. This is going to stay on another month at least. It will be grown away in there. When I take this off, I will see new growth at the top, and it'll be pushing up against the tarp. But as soon as I take it off, I'm just going to cut that new growth off and give it a fresh cut to grow from. So I would say, for me, leave it on. Even if temperatures look okay for the next 2 weeks, they can dip again, and you're not going to do any harm to the plant by leaving it on too long. So hold tight for now, and keep an eye on the forecast. Now, one extra plant I am going to mention is the Tetrapanax. Now, Tetrapanax, of course, doesn't have any winter protection, and if you protect a Tetrapanax over winter, it can rot and be counterproductive. So the best course of action for the T-Rex plant is just to leave it. Now you can see these two small offshoots that are growing This is new growth here from this year, this leaf, and it has been frosted. We did get a frost last week, and these blackened bits here are the result of that. But of course there's nothing maybe you can lay a piece of horticultural fleece over the top of it, but I don't do anything. I just leave it. It will come back even if it comes up from the ground. So that's what 2 of my Tetrapanax look like, and I'll show you the other one. So this bare stick here is the other one. You can see it's a lot taller. Let me zoom out a little bit. You can see taller. Now the stem is solid, so it's alive at that point, and you can see the tip of it looks like that. That's dead. That's been frosted. You can see there, look. So it won't grow back from there, but there are several other points where it could grow back from. One of them is here. There's another one round, get into focus, here. So it will grow back, not from the tip, but it'll grow back from a side shoot, and if it doesn't, it'll grow back from the roots. So I would say if you've got a Tetrapanax and you're new to growing them, leave it be. It will come back. It will pop, or it will grow from further down the stem. But again, this is another one that it'll be fine. You just have to trust the process. And just finally, to finish off, let's look at my arid bed, my desert bed. Now, people who've been subscribed for a while will know that this is a project I started last year, and it's currently going through its first winter under a tarp. So if you've got any desert plants, any arid plants such as Echeveria, Opuntia, yuccas and agaves, then overhead cover stays on well into April and maybe even May for me. There's no harm. Of course, they're desert plants, they're used to drought, so if they're not getting any rain, then it's not going to affect them long term. But if I have a little peek inside here, you can see everything is looking fine. Obviously there's an aeonium at the back that's died off, but there's my Opuntia ficus indica, which is not very hardy, wrapped in some extra fleece. But everything's looking fine and dry. Even the Washingtonia robusta, or is it a filibuster, has not taken any damage. So I will keep the tarp on for a good month at least. It's not doing any harm, doesn't look great, but there you go. Right everyone, thanks for watching. This is my UK tropical garden in about mid-March. That's what's going on. Not much to do yet, and we're just looking at the nighttime temperatures, waiting for the all clear to get the garden underway for the summer. Thanks for watching. Do consider subscribing if you enjoy the content, and cheers. I'll see you in the next one.